Alright guys, I'm going to show you how to make something a little bit different today. I really like this. It's good for supper or breakfast. What you need is salt and pepper, garlic. I'm out of fresh, so I'm using this kind. A large onion or 2 small onions, some tomato soup or a couple tablespoons of tomato paste, 2 cans of tomatoes. I'm using a can of diced and a can of what is that called? Rotel, just because I don't have 2 cans of tomatoes, and y'all, I learned to cook with what you got, so that's what we're doing. Some ground cumin, some paprika, and some turmeric. Also, you'll need some oil so that you can saute your onions, chicken, and some eggs. Sorry, y'all, can't think. This is very, you can tweak this to what you like very easily, but this is what I like in it, and it's really easy. Okay guys, so here's where we're at. I've fried my onions, and I've got garlic, probably about a heaping tablespoon of garlic, a teaspoon of each of the paprika, cumin, and turmeric. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of fry all this together just a little bit. Now, around here, I am the queen of a 1 container cooking. It's usually a kettle, but somebody, I'm not going to name names, try to do me a favor and wash my cast iron skillet. Oh, sorry guys. And he left water in it. So I have to re-season my cast iron skillet. So we're going to do it the hard way this time. But just so you know, all this can be done in a big old cast iron skillet. Much easier that way. So I'm going to fry this up. I'd say about 5 minutes or so, just to kind of cook my spices and everything. And then we're going to add the tomatoes. I'll get back. Alright guys, so here's where we are. I've been kind of frying them on low, medium low for a few minutes. Now I'm going to put in my tomatoes. If you have fresh tomatoes, you can do that. I don't. I'm using what I got. So, there's one. And then here's my other. And what I'm going to do is kind of cook these for a little bit, because y'all know canned tomatoes, they're not as good as fresh tomatoes. They just don't have the same great flavor. So just cook them for a little bit. Kind of cooks that weird taste out of them. I'd say about, I don't know, 10 minutes or so, just to kind of get them all mushy and kind of reduce the liquid in them just a little bit. After you've reduced your liquid down some, you can add your tomato soup. Now, you're not going to use the whole can. This is a 10-ounce can of tomato soup. And I'm actually just going to go, oops, sorry guys. I'm actually just going to go ahead and add my half a can in there. You can use about 2 tablespoons of tomato paste in here if you want. And that works good with just like a little bit of sugar, just a pinch, not a whole lot, just a little bit. But tomato soup in the can, to me, is kind of sweet anyway, so I'm not going to add any sugar to it. You look at it. It looks good to me. Okay, now, when you're frying up your onions, you could also add to that, you could put in eggplant if you like eggplant. You can put in zucchini if you like zucchini. Both of those are really good in there. I'm just kind of keeping it as simple as possible. This is kind of the bare bones recipe. Now there is a a recipe out there that is very similar to what I'm making, and it's, oh, I can't think of what it's called. I first encountered it in a Mediterranean restaurant, but I think it's like a, I think it's like an Israeli dish. I'm not sure what it's called, y'all, but this right here is kind of similar to it, but this is good. I like this recipe here. All right, get back in a minute. All right, guys. When you've cooked the heck out of it, mush them. I mean, squish those suckers up good. If you like chunks, you can leave the chunks in there. I like it to be more smooth, like this. So you can take a tomato or a potato. Sorry, guys. A potato masher and mash the heck out of it. Or if you have an immersion blender, you can blend it a little bit if you want it real smooth. Mine's still kind of chunky, but it's alright. I just like it a little smooth. Now, this comes to the point to where you're going to transfer it over. If you have it in a cast iron skillet, what you would do is you would take your chicken and put in here, but I don't think I can put this skillet in the oven, and I don't think I've got enough room in it anyway, so I'm going to put it over in another dish. So, I'll get back. Alright, y'all. I forgot to mention, before you pour your sauce over or before you put your other ingredients into your sauce, taste it. See if it needs more salt, more pepper. See if it needs more spices. If you want it hotter, you can put you some more chili powder in there. It's kind of depends on what you want. Some cayenne pepper in there. You can put some cayenne pepper. So what I did was I poured this into this dish here with my chicken, since I didn't have my good old cast iron skillet to use. Now this chicken, I just kind of thawed it out so I could pull the skin off, but this is a perfect recipe if you have leftover chicken, if you made chicken from the day before. If it's big breast, I would cut it up in little I don't know, about that big size chunks and put in it. I like dark meat. And dark meat's what I had, so we're using chicken legs. So I put my chicken legs in there, and I cracked my 5 eggs and put down in it. And I know that kind of sounds strange. The first time I ever encountered this recipe, I thought it was kind of odd, but it's good, y'all. It's really good. Now when you taste your recipe or your sauce here, your tomato sauce, you want it to be a little strong, like the spices. You want it to be a little stronger than you would ordinarily like, because you've got the eggs and the chicken added in. That's going to kind of thin the taste of the spices out just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this with aluminum foil. I'm going to put it in my oven on about 300. I'm going to check my chicken. Pretty much I'm going to put it in there on 300 until my chicken's done. And I don't know, I'd say about an hour. Just kind of check it every now and then and see. If you like your eggs runny, I wouldn't put them in until a little later. I like mine done. I want my eggs done unless I'm frying them. So, alright, get back when it's finished. Oh, the oven's ready. Alright, here it is. After about, it only took about 45 minutes. My chicken's done. My eggs are good and hard. Don't mind Boo in there. But there's what it'll look like when you get it dipped up. I tear my chicken off of the bone and just mix it in. But, I mean, it's really good for supper or breakfast. So, I hope you guys like it. Oh, also, try putting cheese on it. Cheese is really good on it. I usually don't, but I got some cheese in the fridge, so I might have to do that this time. Y'all have a good one.